Where is me?
Ronnie Lane, I think it was Graham that asked for that from the wish list tonight. How come? I ain't a superstitious fella. Touch wood. Well, here we are together on a Tuesday night, and it's time for Gags of the Week.
It is.
Ah, boy, have we got some gags tonight.
Oh.
Thank you for sending all of these in. I'm going to start off with two that were sent to me by Maud. She said, I saw this chap and he was shouting out, lambs for sale, were £10, now £5. And I thought, that's sheep at half the price.
Hey.
And my father
Yeah.
is a soldier.
A soldier.
Yeah, he's not a real soldier.
Right.
He's a thin strip of buttered toast. Thank you, Maud.
What's the difference between roast beef and pea soup?
I don't know.
Anyone can roast beef.
Ruth said there was a man in London and he's trained his dog to play the trumpet.
Oh.
He said he went from barking to tooting in just under an hour.
Hey. What did the beaver say to the tree?
I don't know.
It's nice gnawing you.
Go on.
What do you get if you cross a cowboy with an octopus?
I don't know.
Billy the Squid. Thank you, Eunice.
Girl sent this. Did you know that Mrs. Rona Robbie thinks that you don't give her enough privacy?
Oh.
Well, that's what you wrote in her diary, anyway. And do you know, I've been bird watching with Sinead O'Connor.
Have you?
Yes. So far, it's been 7 hours and 15 days.
Hey. Barbara says, what's the strongest day of the week?
I don't know.
Sunday, because the rest are weekdays.
Chaz said he went to the optician the other day. You never guess who he bumped into.
No.
Everyone.
Pam says, why didn't Elton John like lettuce?
I don't know.
Because he's a rocket man.
Oh, very good.
Hey.
Catherine said, what do you call a parrot in the rain with an umbrella?
Go on, what do you call a parrot in the rain with an umbrella?
Polyunsaturated.
Two monocles
Yes?
looked at each other,
Yes.
and one said to the other, here, let's get married. And the other monocle replied, what? And make a spectacle of ourselves? Thank you, Alan.
Mal would like to know, well, he's told me actually, what is the difference between a hippo and a zippo?
A hippo and a zippo?
Yes.
I don't know.
Well, one's really heavy and the other's a little lighter.
Graham says, during lockdown, I've read loads of books.
Yes.
And there's one I couldn't put down.
Okay.
It was called
Yeah.
Stuck Like Glue by Ivan Fixit.
Mike sent this for us. A farmer asked his young son to take a sow to the boar at the other end of the village.
Yeah.
Now, on the way through the village, they met the vicar. Where are you going? Asked the vicar. And the boy said, I'm taking the sow to the boar, vicar. And the vicar said, could I help? And he said, no, I'm sorry, it's got to be the boar.
How about this one, look? Juan Vega,
Yes.
the famous Mexican clam diver,
Yes.
found an injured sea otter.
Yes.
And he brought him home and nursed him back to health.
Yes.
The grateful otter never lost one side after that, and even learned how to dive for clams. He did so well that pretty soon Juan's clam business really took off, and he couldn't keep up with demand. One day, a man went to Juan's house and spoke to Juan's wife about hiring Juan for a week to dive for clams for him. Of course, senor, she said. It's £500 for the week for Juan and his otter. That's too much, replied the man. How much for just Juan? Oh, no, senor, she replied. I'm sorry, but you can't have Juan without the otter.
Oh, very good.
Thank you, Lee.
Thank you to Nick. He said, I visited my pub for the first time since lockdown last week.
Oh.
Had a pint and a whiskey chaser. And I downed the pint and I said, whoa, I shouldn't have had that with what I've got. And the landlord said, what have you got? They said, £2. If I had £1 for every girl that found me unattractive, they'd find me attractive now.
Oh, that's very true, very true.
Why don't cats play poker in the jungle?
I don't know, why don't they?
Too many cheaters.
Of course. Did you hear about the millionaire
No.
who filled his swimming pool with gin to stop accidental drowning? Impossible.
Huh?
Yes. The deeper you sank, the higher you got. Thank you, Sheila.
2 peanuts walking down a dark alley.
Oh, go on.
One was assaulted.
A wife said to her partner,
Yes.
said, do you know what? I'm pregnant with our 6th child. What do you want it to be?
Yeah.
He looked at her blankly and said, preferably a joke.
Jimmy said, I saw 10 ants running around the kitchen.
10?
Yeah, 10 of them.
Yeah.
And I felt really sorry for them. So I built them a little small house. And now I'm a landlord.
Yeah.
And I collect rent from my tenants. Statistics say that 1 out of 3 people in a relationship is unfaithful.
Oh.
I'm just trying to work out if it's my wife or my girlfriend.
What chat-up line did the onion use to the garlic?
I don't know.
It's getting hot in here, so take off your clothes.
Steady.
Thank you, Sonia.
In 2017, I didn't jog.
You didn't jog?
No. In 2018, I didn't jog.
Oh.
In 2019,
Yeah.
I didn't jog. It's 2020, and I still haven't jogged. It's a running joke. I went to the doctor's recently, and he said, don't eat anything fatty. And I said, what, you mean like bacon and burgers? And he said, no, fatty, don't eat anything.
That must have been my doctor. I didn't know he saw anybody else.
You're on, Tom.
Well, as we're talking doctors,
Yes.
I was after that chappie.
Yes.
And he said, what can I do for you, Tom?
Yes.
I said, well, I want to know what's wrong with me.
Yes.
He said, you're turning into an airport.
What?
I said, what, is it terminal? And I said, don't do that.
Yes.
I feel as though people just can't see me clearly.
Okay.
It's because you're a little faint. Hey, Maud. Oh, dear. And before I got married,
Yes.
I looked into my then wife's eyes
Yes.
and I said, do you want to hear a joke?
Yes.
And she said, no thanks, I think I'm already looking at one. Oh dear. And I said to her one day, I said, Mrs. Tommy,
Yes.
I heard on the news that an actress had a bit of an accident with some silver cutlery. She said, what's her name? I said, Reese something. She said, Witherspoon. I said, no, a fork. Oh, thank you, Chaz. And I took her shopping. I did, you know. I did. I took her shopping, and she put her mask on. And I said, that's an improvement. And she saw a dress that she liked.
Yes.
And she went in the door like that, ever so happy. And she walked in the assistant, and she said, can I try that dress in the window? And the shop assistant turned to her and said, no, madam, you'll have to try it on in the changing room like everybody else. Thank you, Jane. She wasn't so happy then. And we got home, you know. And I still didn't have a black eye. And she said to me, Tom, do you know what it means to drink responsibly? I said, of course I do, my little passion flower. It means don't spill it on the carpet. Really? And the next day, don't ask me why, but I bought a dog from a blacksmth.
Why?
I said, don't ask me why. I got him home, and 5 minutes later, he made a bolt for the door. Hey, Dawn. Oh, dear. I'm a Sheik of Araby. I'll tell you what. I'll do that one last. I'll do that one last. I will. I'll do this one.
Okay.
I went into the shop.
What?
I went into a shop on my own
With your mask.
with my mask. And I said, he said, what? I said, hang on, I'll take this off. I said, I want to see some underwear.
Oh, dear.
He said, it's under there. I said, underwear. He said, it's all right. I heard you the first time. And finally, I got sunburnt the other day.
Yes.
And somebody said,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
take some Viagra for the sunburn. I said, oh. Said it doesn't cure it, but it keeps the sheets off your legs. Thank you, Sonia.
On the BBC Sounds app.